Did you know that even in the same bag of avocados, not all avocados should be stored in the same way? Many people, after buying avocados, often put the whole bag in the refrigerator, thinking that this will keep them fresh longer. But in reality, this is a very common mistake. In a bag of avocados, there will be ripe ones, some just ripe, and some still green ones. If you store them all the same way, the green ones will be hard to ripen, while the ripe ones will easily become mushy and spoil quickly. So how do you know how to store each avocado individually to keep them fresh and delicious without wasting any? In today's video, Ruby Home will share with you some very simple and easy-to-apply avocado storage methods at home, helping avocados ripen evenly, stay fragrant and delicious, and last longer. Let's get started. The first tip is about preserving unripe or green avocados, and it's the simplest method anyone can use. After buying avocados, instead of leaving them in the bag, take them out one by one and observe which ones are ripe and which ones are still firm. For the unripe ones, gently arrange them in a basket or tray with plenty of ventilation. When arranging, leave some space between the avocados and avoid stacking them on top of each other to prevent bruising during ripening. Next, place the basket of avocados in a dry, cool place with a stable room temperature and avoid direct sunlight. You should also avoid placing avocados in places that are too hot or too enclosed, as this can cause uneven ripening and even spoilage. During storage, you only need to check them once a day. When you see that an avocado is ripe, remove it for use or move it to the next storage method. As for the unripe avocados, just keep them in a cool, airy place until they ripen naturally. With just a small change in storage, you can help avocados ripen more evenly, retain their delicious flavor, and prevent them from ripening too quickly or spoiling before you can use them. The second tip is to store avocados under a damp cloth. This is a fairly simple method, but many people use it to help avocados ripen slowly and prevent the skin from drying out during storage. First, prepare a bowl of clean water and soak the unripe avocados in it for about 7 to 10 minutes. This step helps clean off any dirt that has accumulated on the avocado skin after harvesting, transporting, and displaying. After soaking for the required time, remove the avocados and place them in a basket to drain. Note that you should let the avocados dry completely before proceeding to the next step, avoiding any remaining water on the skin, as this can cause the avocados to spoil easily during storage. Next, take a clean cloth, dip it into the water, and wring it out thoroughly so that the cloth is only slightly damp and not dripping water. Then, gently cover all the avocados in the basket with the cloth. A damp cloth will help maintain the right amount of moisture around the avocado, preventing the skin from drying out too quickly and helping it ripen more evenly. However, you should also check the cloth daily. If it's dry, dip it in water and wring it out to keep it slightly damp. Also, remember to check the avocados daily to separate those that are ripe, avoiding leaving them out for too long, which can cause them to become soft or overripe. The third tip is to store avocados with bananas and apples. This method is especially suitable when you want green avocados to ripen faster and more evenly. Here, I've prepared a plate of avocados. The process is simple. Just place a few bananas or an apple on top of the avocados. Then, leave the entire plate in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Bananas and apples naturally release ethylene gas when ripening. This gas helps accelerate the ripening process of many fruits, including avocados. Therefore, when avocados are placed together with bananas or apples, green avocados will ripen faster and more evenly than if they were stored separately. However, you should check them daily. When you see that the avocado is ripe, take it out to use or transfer it to the refrigerator, if not using it immediately. This way, the avocado will retain its creamy texture, delicious flavor, and won't overripe. With just a few bananas or an apple readily available at home, you can help avocados ripen naturally, preventing uneven ripening and avoiding waste. The fourth tip is to preserve avocados using lemon juice. This method is great when you only use part of the avocado, and want to keep the rest looking fresh and prevent browning. First, take an avocado and cut off the stem. Then, cut the avocado in half lengthwise and separate the two halves. If you only use half, you can keep the other half to preserve it this way. Next, take a yellow lemon, cut it in half, and squeeze the juice into a small bowl. Then, using a small brush or food brush, gently brush a thin layer of lemon juice over the entire cut avocado flesh. You only need to brush a sufficient amount, not too much. The lemon juice will form a protective layer on the surface, helping to slow down the oxidation process, the reason why the avocado flesh quickly turns brown after cutting. After brushing, place the cut side of the avocado face down in a clean glass container and seal the lid tightly. Finally, place the container in the refrigerator to preserve it. This method minimizes the avocado flesh's exposure to air, and combined with the lemon juice, helps maintain its beautiful green color and freshness for longer. When needed, simply take the avocado out and continue cooking, while the flesh retains its good quality. The final tip is to store avocados in glass jars filled with water. This is a rather interesting and easy method if you want to keep avocados intact for a longer period. First, prepare 2 clean glass jars that are the right size for the avocados. Then, gently place each avocado into the jar, making sure the stem is facing upwards. Next, pour clean water into the jars. You should only add enough water so that the bottom of the avocado is in contact with the water, not so that the water covers the stem. Keeping the stem dry will help prevent water from seeping into the avocado and reduce the risk of spoilage. Once prepared, simply place both glass jars in the refrigerator to store. During storage, you should check the water regularly. If the water becomes cloudy, replace it with clean water to ensure hygiene. At the same time, you should also observe the ripeness of the avocado to use it at the right time, helping the avocado retain its delicious flavor and avoiding waste. This is a very simple tip. All you need is a glass jar and some water, and you have another way to preserve avocados that you can refer to and apply right away at home. So, I've just shared with you 5 simple and easy ways to preserve avocados at home. Depending on whether the avocado is green, ripe, or partially cut, you can choose the appropriate preservation method to keep it fresh, prevent spoilage, and avoid waste. Hopefully, these little tips will make preserving avocados easier for your family. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to the Ruby Home channel to not miss out on more great tips about the kitchen and daily life. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.